the book that I'm using to do this is the Grammar, Spelling, and Vocabulary book. Now you see there's a PDF and an HTML version. The PDF is a PDF of the entire book, so it's too much. The HTML gives you access to little PDFs for each unit. So when you click on that, it opens up here. You can see you can select any unit you want. Today we have a couple in Unit 7 we didn't finish, so we're going to go back to that. And you can see you can click on each week and open it up and then see what the activity is for that week. So today we're going to do week 2. It's the standard English and complex and compound sentences. So if you open that up, it opens up as a PDF, and then this is what we're going to use for our content. I'm sure you guys are familiar with these. I'm sure you've used them in class, or you've used the pamphlets, which are basically based on these same forms. It's the same content. And you're going to go to your Google Drive. So you need Google Drive open. You go to New. You have to go down to More, and you find Google Forms, and you open your Google Form. And then I like to use a template. If you see, like I have one here, a copy of a copy of a copy of one that I've used. But today I'll just do a blank one just to show you how easy it is. But this grammar one is a little tricky. So when I looked at it, I was like, I don't know if I can make a form out of that. Some of them you can, some of them you can't. But I'll kind of show you the ins and outs. You can see there's kind of a title at the top here, and then there's a question here. There's different kinds of questions. So you can have, when you go into the question, you can actually choose if you want a multiple choice or checkbox or drop down. So there's a variety. You can do short answer, but those are hard to correct, to have the program correct it, because if there's a misspelling or an extra space or something like that, it may not correct the question right. So then what we'll do is we'll go back to our worksheet, and we'll take a look at the title, Standard English. We'll put that in here. And when you do that, and you click on the top, just like, oh, it should have done that. Standard English, and this was week 2 of Unit 7. And then for the description, there's always usually a little description in the top that kind of explains to the kids what they are learning in this activity. It's funny because these grammar ones, they don't appear anywhere in the teacher's manual. The only place you find them is here. So sometimes I'll put some spaces in here, especially if there's like samples. Like here, there's a sample standard sentence and then a sample non-standard sentence. So Rosa was excited with her grandmother. Rosa was gonna see her grandmother. Okay, so it's like getting rid of slang out of your sentence, basically. Pretty straightforward. And then there's usually some directions on what to do. See, now this one says rewrite the sentences. Again, what I'm doing here when I highlight, you have to be careful. See, if I pull too far, it highlights everything. So I'm just trying to highlight this. Sometimes you leave the period off and it works better. But and then I'm pushing Control C, which is copy. And then I'm just going over here, Control V, which is paste. You can say edit, copy, edit, paste, but it's just when you're doing so many of them, it's so much faster just to use the shortcuts. And so this says rewrite each sentence. So I'm going to have to figure out a different way to do that. So basically, here's the sentence, and you can see the 2 words they want us to replace are move it and gonna. Now, one of the problems with Google Forms is that it doesn't really let you do much to identify them. So what I'm going to do is put them in parentheses. If you don't move it, we're gonna be late. So instead of rewrite, I'm going to say replace the words in parentheses in each sentence with a word, with the correct standard English word or phrase from the list. So anytime there's like a box of choices up here, basically what you're going to do is you're going to take all these choices right here, and then we're going to make those all in the question. We're going to do a checkbox, and we're going to make each one of these a checkbox. So we have going on. I'm just going to cut those out. Are you, what did it say? Let's see. Going on. Yeah, are you? This was an odd one. I picked one that wasn't easy here. Hurry up. Yep, hurry up. Any? Is any one of them? Yep, any going to have to. I'll see you later. Okay, so any going to have to, and I'll see you later. Okay, so you only have to do this once because once you put them in here, you're just going to duplicate the question. So it says, if you don't move it, we're going to be late, right? And so, I should have showed you actually that when you, I'm going to close this out because when you select it, it's better to select the one with the answer key because you can still copy and paste it, but then it has the answers right there for you already. So I'm just going to open this one that has the answer key on it so that way I can see, okay, you know, oh, that's the wrong one. Should be week 2 answer key. Okay. Okay. So here we go. So if you don't move it, it should be hurry up. We're going to be late, not gonna be late, right? So if I go over here, down at the bottom, oh, see, my other ones are already graded. So how do I have to go to settings? I think settings, and I have to say quizzes. There we go. Make this a quiz. So when I usually do it, I duplicate, and so I don't have to do this, but this is good. So I went into settings, and I went to quizzes. I said, make this a quiz. Release their grade immediately after they submit, so that lets them see it right after they do it. They can see what they've missed. They can see the missed questions, the correct answer, and the point values. You could take off the point values, I guess, since we're not supposed to, but I actually like to leave it on there because the kids can see, oh, I only got a 3 out of 10, or, you know, whatever the case may be. And then I'm going to save that. Okay, so now, you notice now there's a little thing that says answer key down here. So, so if you don't hurry up, right, we're going to be late. So these are the 2 correct responses for this sentence, right? So that way, by going into the answer key and selecting those, you see they have the little green checks. It shows that those are the answers. So even now here when I push done and I'm out of the answer key mode, it still shows me what the correct answers are, okay? So now what I was saying was you don't have to retype the sentence because you just go down here where it says duplicate. Oh, it says 0 points. I probably need to add a point value. So this one has 2, so I'll put 2 points. Okay? And then we're going to duplicate this. And so what it does is it made a copy of that question I just had. And I'm just going to go back, and I'm going to grab this number 2. I can't eat no more, groaned Mia. So there we go. Put that in there. And then the word we're getting rid of is no. No more, so I'm going to put the no in parentheses. Okay, and then the correct answer, of course, is going to be any. So I'm going to go to the answer key, and I'm going to unselect the old ones and select any, and change the point value to 1 point here. Okay, so there you go. And then I'm going to duplicate. I'm going to grab the next sentence. What's up with Albert? So up, and it should be going on. I'm going to paste there. Up is the word, and what's going on with Albert. There we go. 1 point. Yeah, good. Okay. Duplicate. Hopefully I'm not going too fast. I'm just trying to show you guys that, like, once you get in the rhythm of it, it's pretty straightforward, and you can do it pretty quickly. You kidding me? Are you kidding me? All right. Okay. So again, you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Okay. And last one, almost there. gotta and catch you later. Should be have to and see you later. This is kind of an interesting one. Okay. So gotta and catch you later should be see you later and have to. Right? I think that's what it said. Have to. Yep. Have to and see you later. Okay. All right. So we're done. So this is the oh, that one I need to change the point value because there's two choices there. So make it 2 points. Okay. You can see at the top we have a total of 7 points. Now the next step, so once you've done this, again it all saves as you go, is to send it out to students. So you come over here. Again, you might want to check your settings. One of the options is to restrict to users in Poway. I've actually removed that setting because so many parents are trying to access this from their own computers and stuff right now, and they're not logged into a Poway, website. So that's I removed that, and I don't limit the responses or anything after that either. So that way I don't let them edit either because I want to see that their initial score, and then if they want to go back and redo it, they can get a better score. Anyway, so once your settings are good, everything's good, you go ahead and send it out. Now, when you send it, you can put the kids' emails and send it like that. I always just share a link, and I shorten the link. So it's a short little link, and you just copy that, and then you can add that to what we've been doing is adding that link to our weekly digital playlist. You can also put it in Google, Classroom assignment or whatever you want to do. But what I'll do is I'll copy that link and then I'll just put it in a new window here so you can see what it looks like. So when a student opens it up, there you go. It says right at the top, standard ink. Oh, I totally forgot a couple things. Okay, I'm glad I did this. So, number one, we got to go in here and add a question. Oops, and you can move questions by grabbing them on the side here. I don't know what's going on here. But the question we need to add is, what is your name? And it needs a short answer, and that it needs to be a required question. All the questions actually should be required questions. I go back through and fix that, but this one in particular needs to be a required question. Wait, I don't know. Maybe I need to move this one down. Is that the problem? There, okay. Being finicky today. Sorry. Okay. So, and then I would go through and make all the questions required as well, because you don't want students skipping them by accident. You want them to answer all the questions before they submit. Okay, so now again, we'll go up here to send, copy that URL, paste it in a new window, or again, put it in your Google Classroom, whatever. And there you go. They come in here, they type in your name. I'm just going to randomly select things, right, without looking. Okay, then I'm going to submit. Okay, then I can view my score. How did I do? Random selection. Not very well. 1 out of 7 at the top, and then it goes through and it shows me which ones I got incorrect. Right? Shows me here I got this one correct. I thought it was. Oh, it shows the answers at the bottom. Have to going on. See, it shows the correct answer at the bottom. And then I can look at that and say, what did I do wrong here? If you don't, oh, I get it. Oh, I didn't even understand what the question was asking. Okay, I'll go back and fix it. Anyways, so that's the idea. Then if you go to the teacher side back here, you'll see, oh, there's a response. Oh, who responded? It was, let's see, it was Matt. Matt responded, and then you can see, oh, what was the score? He got 1 out of 7. That was his score. And then you can, there's different ways to look at it. You can go by question. You can see, oh, everybody missed question number 8. What did I do wrong? You can look at individual tests if you want. The other thing you can do is you can export it to spreadsheet, a little Google worksheet, and it just opened up a new worksheet. And this is where, like, if you wanted to check how many students in the class had done it, you could see it would have the first column here be what's your name. You would see everyone's name that did it, and then you would see their scores right next to it. And then it does give you a breakdown by question on here as well. But so I think I've covered everything that's in there. I'll show you, like, this is one that we just did, reciprocal pronouns. This is one that we sent out to the all the kids. And so what I did was I actually made it for the whole grade level and let them pick which class they're in. And then they just answered some questions here on reciprocal pronouns. So again, takes about 10 minutes to create one of these. And it grades itself, and you get a list of who's done it, and you can kind of see how they're doing, and I don't know why that's not loading, but it's pretty convenient once you kind of learn how to do it. So hopefully this helped. All right, guys, have a great day. Let me know if you have any questions. Thanks. Bye.